Welcome back to Crusader Kings 3, a Game of Thrones. We're back, and I've got something, a little bit of trivia or lore for you guys. You might be wondering, why are we over here? Well, the reason I'm over here is because I want to take a look at Maidenpool, namely because if we look at who owns Maidenpool, somehow if I click on it, there we go. We can see it's Lord Raymond of Maidenpool of House Mouton. Now, why is that important? If we go ahead and look at our Kingsguard, we have Miles Mouton, who is not just my best friend, but of course he is my Kingsguard, and he's actually the first Kingsguard we assigned on our playthrough. Now, last night, I finally decided to start reading the books, and if we go into House Mouton here, and we go into their dynasty, and if we go back far enough, I only learned this yesterday, when Aegon the Conqueror first landed in Westeros, it was actually House Mouton who first bent the knee and swore allegiance to the Targaryens, and it was this guy here, Lord Jon. So, by pure coincidence, one of his descendants is now serving on our Kingsguard. I thought that was a very satisfying piece of lore I've learnt so far. I'm only read the first three chapters of Fire and Blood, but yeah, it's really nice. Basically, this guy, he was also present at the Field of Fire, where the Targaryens were outnumbered 5-1, and they won very easily. Essentially no casualties there. Anyway, that's enough lore and trivia for today. We've all learned something a little new there, hopefully. If you've already read the books, then you probably already knew that. Something else I want to do today, I completely forgot this. I do have a brother, I believe. There we go. Viserys. I've kind of just left him alone. What I'm thinking of here, he has come of age. So it's too late to train him ourselves. Oh, his stats are atrocious, aren't they? Do I give him Dragonstone to look after until my son comes of age? The problem is, my son comes of age in 6 years, so then I would have to revoke title, and then all of this problematic stuff as well. And I mean, we could. No, I can't even. You're not at my court. Where are you? You're in Verkrig. Oh, you're way up here. Okay. Wait, what? Who are you married to? You're married to House of Royce. They're not up here, are they? Yeah, this is your Lord Jon Bronze of Runestone. These guys aren't up here. They're down. Yeah, they're all the way down here. Runestone is in the Vale, of course. What? Why is my brother up here? Is he conspiring against me with the wildlings? I mean, they're not going to be able to do much. Let's be real. How are they going to get past the wall? Why are you up in? Interesting. I'm not quite sure what my brother is doing up in the Fen lands. He's not imprisoned or anything, which is interesting. That's thrown me a curveball there. I'm not quite sure what to make of that. I'm going to invite him to my court. We do gain a little bit of stress, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and do that. Hopefully he accepts, and then we're going to decide whether we give him Dragonstone or not. Now, something else I also want to do is get some alliances. Now, the first one, oh, you can see I've already typed in here, is actually with House Valerian. The Targaryens and the Valerians have a long history of one another, so I'm thinking if we can get some kind of alliance in there, will probably be a good idea. Now, you're a bastard, so we probably don't want to have a wedding with you. What about Maelys here? He's only 8 years old. If I could arrange a marriage with him, with one of my daughters, Princess Rhaegar here, maybe? She is beautiful. I think they'd be happy with that. Now, do I want it to be matrilineal? The problem is, if I pick matrilineal here, I don't want to risk their house being wiped out, so I actually think I'm going to keep this a regular proposal, and then hopefully we should have Valerians for many generations to come to marry our children off to. The next order of business is actually getting an alliance with House Stark through marrying Lady Palla. She is hideous. Oh dear. I'm sorry, child, whoever has to marry you. Now, it would make sense to have Aegon marry her if we want that big alliance, but Aegon is currently betrothed to his sister. What happens if I break this betrothal? Aegon just doesn't like me for a little bit. Oh, and all family members kind of hate me as well. I mean, the betrothal's already there, so I would hate to actually go back on that. Jon Targaryen, though. What about you? Could I... It might be better to do it through this screen. Actually, my WSD's broke again. Let's go ahead and arrange a marriage here. Why don't we do Jon Targaryen with Lady Pala? They are related and there is a risk of the children being inbred. Does this get reduced because he's Targaryen, though? Or is it only if a Targaryen is with another Targaryen? Inbreeding chance minus 95%, so I think that should be fine. Jon Targaryen, you're going to marry or be betrothed to Lady Paramount Pala of the North. There we go. Send proposal. Oh, that wouldn't happen. What about matrilineal? But then what about Jon? Do I have a younger son? I don't want to give away Jon just like this. Jon is my youngest son. He's my second son. What if something happens to Prince Aegon, though? Then the Targaryen dynasty would be wiped out. I think it's fine. Let's go ahead and marry Jon off. We still wouldn't have an alliance. No, let's wait just a little bit. Do I dare wait? I'm not quite sure. Let's just wait. We've done a few things here. Let's wait for the game to catch up. That's something I'm going to think about over the next few turns. Especially what to do with Dragonstone. Whether I want to give that away or not. The plan was to give it to my eldest son so he could get a little bit of responsibility. Greetings, my handsome liege. I accept your betrothal proposition. Your daughter, Liara, will be betrothed to my stepson, Malice. There we go. So we do have House Valerian now on our side. You recruited Viserys Targaryen to your court. So my brother has arrived. Right. First off, we're going to ask him what the hell he was doing. We don't get an alliance, though. Oh, do we get the alliance when they marry, maybe? Not sure. So now my brother is here. I could educate him. As in, I mean, he could become my squire. I could make him a knight. He's not very good, though. Is it too late to make you a squire? It's not. Okay, so Miles Mouton here. You're gonna squire for the Moutons. We've already explained the importance of their house, so let's go ahead and do that, and then we're going to keep an eye on our brother, and then depending how he develops, we'll see if we can give him some land or whatnot. Let's go ahead and unpause the game then. We can get things rolling. What's this? Viserys gained a trait. Ah, okay, valued intrigue courtier. We're not really an intrigue court though anymore, are we? We're not like my father. I might consider changing this. Apparently Ellen spit in my daughter Rhaenys' food during dinner a few nights ago. It seems as if Rhaenys is trying to tire Ellen out by not reacting to her bullying, no matter how many times Ellen calls her a friend or slaps her across the cheek. So my daughter is calm. Just ignore Ellen and she will grow bored. There we go. And my daughter's pretty calm. We can train Aegon again. Oh, no, wait, that is Aegon. Yeah, that's Aegon. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm not quite sure. There we go. Another excellent training session. I think that's going to pop up until he comes of age or something. It does seem to pop up every couple months, doesn't it? We've swayed Varys. Varys is now very much on our side. Tywin isn't looking so good, though, is he? Let's go ahead and start swaying Tywin just a little bit. That's all looking good there. Beautiful stuff. Some of you also mentioned about the Kingsguard. I have looked around. It's not possible to remove a member of the Kingsguard. Which is fine anyway, because I did give them position. Unless we have solid reason to, I don't want to remove them. Greetings, my thoughtful liege. I've arrived in the Red Keep to pay homage to you. Let's go ahead and show in Lord Morgan at once. We get some gold and some prestige. Now, we can turn this off, however. I do very much like the free prestige and whatnot. It doesn't take too long to deal with that. Let's go ahead and train Aegon once again. Do some horse riding this time. Another excellent training session. There we go. I think the rest of these I might just focus on war tactics and his prowess with a sword, maybe. What's this? Lord Martin gained 10 opinion of me thanks to my wife. Very nice. Let's go ahead and show in Lord Victor. Also bringing us some gold there. Now, who is educating my son? You are. Now, one of you told me that learning stat actually matters quite a bit. What's your learning? You have 12 learning. It's not the worst, but I have 33 learning, so maybe it's better if I educate my son. So let's go ahead. Oh, view Squire progress. The Squire is doing good and will be ready to made a knight soon. Oh, okay. So, it doesn't take too long, it looks like. What am I doing here? I've completely forgot it. Remove Guardian. There we go. Impart values. Attempt to impress upon Aegon Targaryen. A lesson in life. Oh, what's this? Never seen this before. To be young, full of vim and vigour, the whole world before you waiting to be discovered, and your own personality a mystery unto yourself. I find myself musing on the fickleness of youth when in walks Aegon, my heartless son, with his usual lack of attentiveness. Seeing him alight something within me, I will teach this child a lesson in what's important in life. So at the moment, he's calm. I think it's important that you be, should we say diligent? Does not shy away from hard work. If you're going to be the leader of the 7 kingdoms, you do need to do that. Yes, he will learn that persistent hard work will always aid them. And there we go. My son is diligent. We did gain a little bit of stress for that. But that's nice to see. Can I do that again? Let's pause the game a moment. We can't do it again until 293. Oh, so I could basically pre-pick his traits. Okay. Let's remove your Guardian. And what I'm going to do here... Where's educate? The menu's growing by the day. I'm going to educate you myself. My son. There we go. Things are looking all good there, aren't they? What's this? Theo has increased his marshal by 1. Very nice. Let's go ahead and fetch Lord Simmond and invite him into the court. Lord Simmond is at last shown into my great hall and waits no time before walking up to my throne and bowing deeply. Thank you for seeing me, my liege. I come to you today with an urgent request. With respect, your majesty, the lord of the crown lands is rightfully mine. What do you mean it's rightfully yours? The absolute cheek of that. You rule over a mighty 7 kingdoms, my lord. Earnestly claimed, you ought to understand how vital claims are to the lands we hold. He wants me to become his vassal. Is he... What? I too lay claim to the crown lands. Yeah, they're mine. Be gone. The cheek of that. Okay, we don't actually have a court thing in progress. It was just displayed that. Wow, he wanted me to become his vassal even though I'm the king of the 7 kingdoms. The absolute cheek of that. Let's go ahead and train you in strategy. There we go. Disappointing. What's happened here? Aegon and I trained in strategy today. A knight must know some military strength after all. During our training session, Aegon showed difficulty understanding the material I was teaching. It was disappointing, I have to admit. I thought they would be ready for a challenge regarding battlefield strategy. Disappointing! That's the first time he's disappointed me in a lesson there. Maybe he's being distracted by something which we don't know about. Any factions yet? There isn't. It's a very peaceful time, isn't it? Let's go ahead and train my squire again. Let's try swordsmanship. Maybe you'll be a little bit better at that. And whatever your distraction is. An excellent training session. There we go. He isn't very interested in whatnot. Oh, I regret complaining about not having any factions. Lord Balon Greyjoy has created the Liberty faction against me. Seeks to lower crown authority. Oh, this is why things are so peaceful, because we have crown authority free. Vassals cannot wage war against other vassals unless they use a hook on their liege. So that's why the realm is in so much peace right now. That would make sense. Have many people joined this Liberty War? Just the Greyjoys and these guys. The Greyjoys only have 13,000 men. They must have got weaker. Let's go ahead and show in Lord Gullion. No gold that time, but we do get some bonus stuff. Let's try and train Aegon in strategy once again. Hopefully things improve this time. There we go, an excellent training session. Whatever was on his mind has obviously passed now, and things are all looking good there. 250 gold. Should we save it for some upgrades? I think we should. I also want to get some dragon keepers soon, though. The fires roars, drinks have been had, and Miles is calling out to me for a story. My first thought is of a famous High Valyrian folk tale, a classic that never fails to delight. On the other hand, what if I told a story of my own life, perhaps of the time I imprisoned Lord Eddard of the North? I don't think Lyanna's going to be very fond of that. I know it's going to keep me, it's going to stress me out, but I'll keep it traditional. Maybe we can talk about the Field of the Fire, and how far back the Mutons and the Targaryens go. There we go, that would be very appropriate, wouldn't it? What's this? Fishmonger's Square is the market just inside the Rivergate, or Mudgate as the local small folk call it. Aptly named due to its proximity of the Blackwater Rush, it is perhaps the best place in King's Landing to purchase the catch of the day. Normally I would send one of my courtiers to purchase some fish, but today I am feeling adventurous and have taken the task upon myself. I ask the fishmonger about a large black cod, and they give me the price of 10 gold. I think we can haggle on a better price. Yes, 10 gold for a fish. Does sound a little bit expensive, doesn't it? The two of us haggle over the black cod, and while the fishmonger is well versed in the art, I am unrelenting. After 5 or so minutes of back and forth, we finally reach an agreeable price. So we either get 5 gold or 10 gold. Okay, you have a deal. We lost 10 gold. Oh dear. That's one expensive piece of fish, eh? Let's go ahead and train you. Strategy. I want you to be good at strategy because I sense rebellions on the horizon. Disappointing again. He just isn't the strategist that I thought he might be. Oh dear. He is 10 years old though. There's still plenty of time for him to grow and to learn. Now Liara is 3 years old, so she has the trait pensive. Okay, what if I give you the learning focus then, and if we pick someone to educate you, probably someone with good learning, and also, I mean, we're just doing learning. What about my maester? Could have Varys teacher. I think my maester, there we go. Let's go ahead and send off that. Oh, something else I completely forgot about. If we look at the Red Keep, the culture is Crownlander. So we're going to be losing... Yeah, we're losing popular opinion, although not much. Because we can speak the common tongue, we're actually fine here. Would it be possible to convert King's Landing to High Valyrian? I'm not quite sure. The county changes culture to Westerosi Valyrian. Yeah, I guess because High Valyrian isn't really a thing, right? I guess anymore at this time. Or Valyria, I guess. But I still think it's worth converting to Westerosi Valyrian. So let's go ahead and do that. At least in King's Landing. I wonder, what culture do we have in Dragonstone? Westerosi Valyrian. I could convert to Westerosi Valyrian. However, I do like the idea of staying High Valyrian as well. I mean, we're basically the last High Valyrians, I imagine, right? Does have a quite a nice ring to it. Let's go ahead and train you in strategy again. I will teach you how to be good at... There we go, excellent. My son's finally learning. As are we, a new learning perk. Mental resilience, time between mental breaks plus 3 years. Why not? Well, we're not leading a very stressed life now. But that could be fine. I wonder, should we start swaying Balon Greyjoy? Try and get rid of this Liberty faction. I was watching Aegon play with the other children when Amria tried to push him over. Aegon took it all in stride and sat down to talk to Amria instead. Aegon is forgiving. Aegon is quick to move on from most things. Aegon knows to turn the other cheek when needed. Okay, my son is forgiving. There we go. He's not going to be like my father. The morning chorus of twittering birds accompany me down to the cellar A light of dawn giving way to gloomy darkness lit only by sputtering lamps. I yawn and stretch as I go, my feet padding across the floorboards. Once my eyes adjust to the lack of light, a culinary tragedy is unveiling by them. Apple cores, scattered crumbs, bones flensed clean of their meat. In shock, I look around the entire room, but everywhere my eyes land, they find yet more evidence. Suddenly in the corner, a soft, contented burp. Oh, Jarmin. What have you done? You're supposed to be my Kingsguard and you're just getting drunk down here? As I have a fair reason, no one... I could imprison him. Now, the fact that he's my... We lost 150 gold as well. The fact that he's my Kingsguard and he's supposed to be protecting me, and yet he's in my cellar stealing my food and stealing my wine. I think I'm going to imprison him. And now, we could hold court. But first, we go to our prisoners. Can I revoke you from the Kingsguard? Negotiate release. Employ executioner. Banish. I could banish him and maybe then he would be removed from my Kingsguard. I don't actually know how to remove him from my Kingsguard. It's a little troubling. I could execute him. Let's not do that. That's a little bit extreme, isn't it? Negotiate release. I think I'm going to banish him. Imprisoned characters can be banished from the realm, which is arguably the harshest form of punishment. Banished landed rulers are deposed, while banished courtiers have their assets seized. Banishment without a reason is considered extremely tyrannical. It's not tyrannical in this case, but oh look, he gains the trait Black Brother, so we can send him to the wall. Yes, well I mean he's meant to be a Kingsguard and he's getting drunk and he's stealing my food, my wine. I'm actually going to send him to the wall. He's not doing his job properly and protecting the King of the Seven Kingdoms. Negotiate release, yes. I'm going to send him to the wall. Will that make him go? Oh, Doran is here. Let's go ahead and fetch him and get him inside. Lord Doran is at last shown into my great hall and wastes no time before walking up to my throne and bowing deeply. Thank you for seeing me, my liege. I come to you today with an urgent request. I am beset by Lord Dagos and his Liberty faction. Oh, look at that. Now that's a banner. The Stone Dornish, eh? Please, you must put the impudent whelps in their place for the good of the realm. Peace has its own price. I agree. These traitors will have to answer to me. Because we are solitary, we gain a little bit of stress. Yes, these traitors will have to answer to me. You're not allowed to go to war. We're in a time of peace. My entourage and I are strolling back from a short foray into the Red Keep when we unexpectedly run across my vassal Lord Balon and his retinue skulking around my capital on unannounced business. Oh, I'm suspicious. The tension in the air is palpable and respective guards both bristling for a fight. My liege, chirps a nervous young soldier behind me. Perhaps we could all calm down over some hashish cakes in that little tavern there. Silence falls over our two groups as Balon awaits my response. With this Kern never. Okay, I think war might break out of the Greyjoys. To the handsome King Rhaegar, the Iron Throne, I have no choice but to accept your conditions for my release. So it's... Oh look, he's not a Kingsguard anymore. Farewell, Jarmin. We managed to get rid of him. Okay. That means we now have an open slot for someone on my Kingsguard. What about the Valerians? Do you guys have anyone? Can I sort by prowess? I can. Is there anyone? So you're the only landed one. Oh, you don't... What's up with your heirs? How much prowess do you have? Only 15. Oh dear. It's not very good, is it? Who do I want to keep close? I don't think we can... If I go... If we look at House Lannister, for example, I don't think we can invite Jaime to the Kingsguard. Yeah, we can't invite him to the Kingsguard because the game's a bit buggy and he's already got the Kingsguard trait. So anyone who was on the Kingsguard before isn't possible. Does Tywin have anyone else? I mean, we could put Tyrion on the Kingsguard with 1 prowess, so it's not really a good idea, is it? So the Lannisters are out of the question. What about anyone in the north that would like to serve on my Kingsguard? Don't think she really has anyone. All the Starks are very young and in danger of being wiped out, actually. What about the Baratheons? We want to keep them close. I don't think these have anyone either. Okay, in that case, what I'm going to do, instead of doing this, let's change this filter to all. That's a lot of people there now. Yeah, and we're gonna sort by prowess. So we already have the mountain as our Kingsguard, don't we? We need to pick someone who isn't landed. I don't really want the Ironborn on my Kingsguard. Barristan Selmy, he already has the Kingsguard trait as well, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have loved to have him as well. What about One Weg Wundarwun? He's a giant. I don't. Oh, he's missing an arm as well. I don't think if that's gonna make much sense. So anyone who's landed, we don't really want either. I mean, there's a lot of people with good prowess here. What about this guy? I mean, look at that, 36 prowess though. He believes in the Lord of Light, so maybe that's not a good idea. Okay, so what I've decided to do after sifting through a little bit and trying to find someone suitable, if we go over to the Greyjoys and we look at Balon Greyjoy's brother here, Balon really doesn't like him, so maybe it actually makes sense to get Victorian here as a member of our Kingsguard. Oh, we can't because he's married. Oh dear. Okay, I did some more digging. I've decided that Addison Silverfist here, I think he might even be the last member of House Silverfist. There we go, one last member of House Silverfist. Maybe we can invite him to the Kingsguard, and instead of his family dying out without any honor, he can serve on the Kingsguard, so at least they will be remembered greatly. So I'm going to invite him to the Kingsguard. There we go. It took me a while to find someone there. We can also train AGOT again, so let's go ahead and train him. I am on my way to the Sept one morning when I run into Miles, who is carrying a small bag. Glancing around, he conspiratorially opens it, revealing all sorts of food and drinks. It is such a beautiful day. Come join me outside for a morning picnic, he says. As I start to protest while I'm on my way to the Sept, Miles interrupts me. The Sevens who are one will still be there later, but these saffron cakes won't. The 7 who are the 1 is more important than breakfast. Yeah, we should actually go ahead and pick this. Otherwise, we're going to have a mental breakdown. Let's go ahead and train my son in strategy once more. There we go. Oh, another disappointing training session. What's he doing? Tywin has been swayed as well, which is good to see. King Rhaegar, the Iron Throne. I must turn down the service within your Kingsguard. I shan't devote my life to serving your queer and vile gods. Oh, could you follow the Warring Star? They deny their king? Oh, we gotta find another member for the Kingsguard. Okay, I found another potential candidate here. 31 prowess. He's also a trained fighter, Herculeon, a forwarder, aspiring blade master, and a brilliant general. Let's go ahead and see if he'll accept. There, 100% chance. We might finally have someone who's going to take up position on my Kingsguard. To the handsome Rhaegar, I would be honoured to serve within your Kingsguard. There we go. You shall come to the capital to take your vows. My Kingsguard Aenys kneels before me, swearing to exchange his life for mine, to obey your word and keep your confidence, to speak their mind or hold their tongue at your beck, and to defend the honour of your name, your dynasty, and your throne. He rises, now pledged toward you with all his strength, and to give his blood for yours. Rise, Sir Aenys. There we go. That's a very dangerous word that I almost mispronounced there. He might be one of our best. Kingsguard, 30 prowess. Yeah, he's the second strongest. No one compares to the mountain, though, do they? Greetings, my thoughtful liege. I would be delighted if your daughter Rhaenys could visit my court in Rosby to meet her peers. I'm inviting everyone on note. Unfortunately. What do you mean, unfortunately? Of course she will be there. Let's hope she can make some friends and whatnot. Let's go ahead and train my son in strategy again. There we go. An excellent training session this time. Should we go ahead and hold court? I think we should. Let's go ahead and gesture for the first in line to approach. My acquaintance, Lady Elena, comes forward, apprehensively escorted by her husband, Clifford, who seems in a bad temper. So House Mertyn's there, and House Swan. He spurts up, "My lord, Master Owen is trying to seduce my wife, an affront to the seven who are one. I have never liked him, clearly for good reason." He's a lowborn as well. Oh well. Elena is clearly embarrassed to have this aired so publicly, and can barely bring herself to meet my eyes. "I will not tolerate adulterers in my court." So we prison Master Owen. I mean, he's a lowborn and these guys are actually of nobility. I think I have to stand by them here. "I will not tolerate adulterers in my court. Throw him in the dungeons." It seems my vassal Lord Perking has been nursing a temper while awaiting an audience. So House Hayford here. "My lord, I cannot abide your tolerance of infidels like Lord Paramount Balon in the realm, even amidst the nobility. The seven who are one made his demands on us plain. The Iron Throne should be a land of the faithful. Out with these drowned god dogs." We could tell Balon to convert, but the drowned god, I now see the truth. I don't think we should convert to the drowned god. That would be quite the story though, wouldn't it? And that would definitely throw up some rebellions. "All faiths are welcome in my 7 kingdoms." I really don't want to annoy the 7 as well. "You're right, Lord Paramount Balon must convert." Let's see if he's going to do it. He refuses to convert. "You lost 15 opinion of Lord Balon for 10 years. Crime. I can rightfully imprison him if I want to, though. Maybe we could do that." My vassal Lord Perking shrugs before stepping forward to voice his petition. "My liege, I seek your aid in combating the issue of thieves stealing from Bronzelholm and its people." He pauses to sigh. "I cannot fix the problem with the resources I have. I ask for any aid that you can spare. House Boggs here." "I can give you 50 gold to solve the problem." Yeah, I'll give you 50 gold. Why not? There we go. My business here is done. Quite an uneventful day. Now, we could imprison Balon Greyjoy. Do we dare? Do we dare? We got some more prestige and stuff there. Do we finally bring the Iron Islands over to our faith and truly make them a part of the 7 kingdoms? Wipe out the drowned god for good? Of course, they've been raiding for many, many generations and causing chaos over here. We could do that. He's not going to accept imprisonment, of course. Oh boy, this could be spicy. I think I might do it. Because we do have this Liberty faction problem, and of course, the Greyjoys are the ones at the head of this faction. So if we can solve this problem, I see why not. They do have some allies. They don't have the men. We definitely have the numbers advantage. The Iron Islands, though, I imagine, is very hard to attack. Do we have any siege equipment? However, we don't. What I'm going to do then is let's make some trebuchets, so at least we can siege things properly. And I think in anticipation for this war, I'm going to build some more Dragon Keepers. We're getting ready for war. We're not going to imprison him yet. Let's wait for the men-at-arms to replenish. There we go. I always get lost when I'm over here. While Cobbler Square is usually the domain of busy craftsmen, sometimes it finds itself subject to those who fervently worship the 7. This is due in part to the square residing east of the Gates of God, and also a result of long-standing traditions amongst the preachers of the faith. It's hardly uncommon to find a septon taking their turn to preach to those who are listen, and today is no different. Wait, what? I'm confused. Worship in the I worship the 7 as well, though. Do we even worship the same faith? I don't have time for this. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused. I read it and it just didn't make much sense to me. Let's go ahead and try and train swordsmanship. Why not? An excellent training session. Now, it looks like he's much more of a duelist rather than a commander here. The mounting has gained the Reaver trait and increased his martial. Beautiful stuff. Let's go ahead and train you again. Let's try swordsmanship again. Oh, disappointing. Okay. Looks like he wasn't in the mood for it. My daughter Rhaenys came to me complaining about Florian bullying her. She has been hiding all over the castle to avoid facing the other child. Stand up for yourself. Craven. My daughter can't be a craven. Gain arbitrary. This character does their own thing and has little regard for others. I don't want my daughter to be a craven, though. A bully deserves whatever punishment you can imagine. Yeah, stand up for yourself. You're a Targaryen. You're the son of the king. The daughter, sorry. Don't let someone bully you like that. Put him in his place. Right, let's go ahead and train you. Let's go strategy again. Why not? We can build something new in the Red Keep. I did just spend a lot of gold, though. We wanted to buff our... Yeah, build the barracks, because then we can buff our dragon keepers. So let's go ahead and do that. And then all of this gold is ours now. Aegon and I trained in strategy today. A knight must know some military strategy after all. An excellent training session. Very nice. I wonder if he will actually become a knight soon. We will have to see. How fast are we replenishing this? We actually already have them fully replenished. Let's go for swordsmanship. Who's in my court? The pageantry of court continues day after day from dawn to dusk. Varys extemporizes on my greatness, spouting platitude and praises. Nearby, Lord Montfort joins in, play into the crowd, grinning stupidly and expecting a sign of my favour for his antics. A deep, insisting desire to leave for the ground and lose myself in exercise slowly builds, gnawing at my mind and distracting my attention. A lone bead of sweet trickles interminably down my brow. I can't say that word. Varys notices my distance, inquiring, "Are you right, my lord?" With almost genuine concern. Very good. What's happening? I'm very good, yes. I don't get why you guys are being so petty, though. I like you both. Simple. An excellent training session. Very nice. Right. Do we try and imprison Balon Greyjoy? I think the time has come. We're gonna send our demands, and if he denies, it's, well, we're marching off to the Iron Islands. I don't think he's gonna accept, right? So my liege, blessings upon you and your house. It seems that there is no recourse for our dispute other than to settle it on the battlefield. War against the tyranny of King Rhaegar. This should be a very quick war. The Iron Throne is at state of war. We should send ravens to the great lords, rallying them to the crown's defense. Call the banners. Are we actually going to march all of these kingdoms against the Iron Island? I think people would join. Not a lot of people like the Iron Islands, right? Now, can I put a banner anywhere in the Seven Kingdoms? I can, so we can raise the men over here at least. Where should we raise them? I think we should gather over here at Casterly Rock. Why not? We are good friends with Tywin now. I mean, we're not friends, but he likes us a little bit more. So, Tywin, what say you? Will you join me in trying to wipe out the Greyjoys? Maybe we let just a tiny bit of time pass first? Yeah, they're raising their men, aren't they? Warden of the West vacated. Tywin joined the Greyjoys? Oh, what have I started? Oh, I might have started something terrible. Oh, no. Why do I always do this? Greetings, my handsome liege. I'll be honest, Richard. I don't care much for your entourage right now. I have a big problem, thanks to myself. Commander Richard is at last shown into my great hall and wastes no time before walking up to my throne and bowing deeply. Thank you for seeing me, my liege. I come to you today with an urgent request. Please, my lord, let me sit on your council. I'll be honest. I don't actually have... Oh, and what job would you like with stats like this, eh? There are other considerations at play. Yeah, I don't want you on my council. I'm not actually sorry for that. So, Dawn has joined on our side. Lord Paxter has joined on the enemy side. Wait, so Tywin hasn't joined... The Baratheons have also joined me. Tywin hasn't joined. He also hasn't joined me. I mean, we should win the war. We are above vassal limit. Okay. We also have an empty council position for some reason. Tywin has just disappeared from all existence. Well, I'm going to have to find someone else to take his place. Lord Aelin here has excellent stewardship and he's also trusting. So you're going to become my new steward. guess that's what we're doing here. We are above vassal limit of 80. Do we have anyone we can rightfully... We can call on our ally, the Starks. Oh, she hates me. We're going to call them to war, though. Powerful vassals expect council positions. So we zoom out. It looks like the Reach and the Westerlands have still yet to declare whether they would join us or... Well, I think they're taking a point of neutrality. So instead of joining either side, they're just saying they don't want any part of this, which I think is fair, actually. I'm not going to hate them for this. We're the ones that decided to get rid of the Greyjoys. However, I think we're going to have to leave that for today, and we're going to have to deal with the Greyjoys in the next episode. Hopefully the Lannisters, well, the Westerlands and the Reach don't join the Greyjoys. That could be a big problem, but I have faith in the fact that they won't. The North will join us as well. I just realised the North isn't yet into this. I really like how this mod handles wars, actually. Okay, but that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, as always. If you want to see more of this, press the like button. That's the best way of letting me knowing. But that's it for today. I will see you next time.